the vibes, y'all? It's your boy DJ Muda, and this is the Connected Podcast where we connect you with all the hottest stuff in the culture. And today is special. I'm typically interviewing musicians. I had some boxers up in here, but we ain't never had somebody in here who makes sure the party is flowing. You know what I mean? Like somebody who's an intricate person in the culture. And I feel like a promoter is a very intricate person when it comes to just the nightlife, right?
Absolutely.
We got the IE Promoter of the Year in the building, my boy RJ. How you doing, King?
Oh man, I'm great. Better than amazing.
It's a blessing to have you in here. My boy RJ been doing this shit for, I'm gonna say decades at this point, right?
30 years.
30 years of party promoting. You know, on top of
yes.
everything else he got going on, this man is he got a lot. He got a lot going on.
Yes.
A man of different many hats, as they say, right? But we're gonna pretty much focus on the promotion and just the nightlife, the culture, you know, things that I met you. You know, I met you in that light. You feel me? So that's what we're gonna pretty much talk about. If we talk about personal shit, we might dive in there a little bit, but for the most part, I really want to just talk about this, like the promotion game and just the lifestyle when it comes to this being a promoter. Period. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you for having me. Connect. You know.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, man. We just rocked out a party a week ago. You know what I mean? You've been booking me for a long time, so I definitely appreciate that, man. Sometimes I'll be having issues with promoters because they be, you know, or maybe how about this one? I would say promoters sometimes have an issue with me because I don't really like to promote. You know what I mean? Which is understandable. So that's what we're gonna start with first.
Well, let me go ahead and interject on that part.
Okay, cool.
So I'm a person that loves to connect with people, right?
Okay.
I was sharing with you earlier a few of my daily goals.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I meet 10 new people every day. I make sure I make 20 phone calls, and I learn something new every day. And if I'm not learning something new, I make sure I refresh on something that I've learned in the past. And a lot of times, I know some DJs might say, "Man, you ain't booked me."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, we haven't talked in a while. Because a lot of times, when I see like my call log, people I've talked to, connect with, and it's fresh in my mind, and something else comes up, boom, I have a contact. Because I'm talking to somebody all the time. They might have a.
What they say, out of sight, out of mind.
Absolutely.
And that's funny that you even say that because I was having a conversation with one of my boys, maybe about a year or so ago. And I'm like, damn, I need to start getting on these bigger stages. I need to start doing more as a DJ. He like, well, you do a lot, bro, but you got to do more because. Like, if they don't see you, they're not going to remember you. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when he said, like, out of sight, out of mind. I'm like, damn, that is true. You feel what I'm saying? So that makes sense, at least from your perspective. You're calling 20 people every single day.
Absolutely.
And it's to invite them to parties. What's the conversation like?
Well, first and foremost, it could be from just a check-in.
Okay.
How are things? If I have like a note that I might have had from a previous conversation, how's your health? How's your children? Something personal so we can have a connection with, so we can relate. So a lot of times the conversations don't have to be transactional.
Yeah.
And also, then I segue into like, what are you up to? What are you doing?
What you got going on?
Yeah, what you got going on? Because let's say a lot of times people don't even go to clubs.
Yeah.
And I respect that, even though that's the business I'm in. But let's say if they might be in real estate or they might have fallen back on a few bills or their credit is messed up, or they might need maybe a contact for some merch, or I'll have a contact because I've talked to so many people and I can point them in the right direction. So promotions is more like networking. So people ask me, what do? I don't say I'm a promoter. I say I'm a professional networker, and I can connect people with the right people. You know what I mean?
So let's because you've been in this business for a very long time.
Yes.
You said 30 years. I'm 36. So let's just say you started this shit when I was about 6, 7 years old.
Absolutely.
Right. So let's go to the beginning. Let's go to the very beginning, RJ. Like, RJ, you high school. You in high school. Let's just take it back there, right? You're in high school. What are you doing, and what's making you transition into the network and party promoting? Because obviously 30 years ago, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, doesn't feel like it was a long time. It felt like it was yesterday, actually, because time waits for no man, and within the blink of an eye, 10 years have passed.
100%.
So really, when I started back then, it doesn't even seem that long ago.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people change. I've seen people age. I look in the mirror every day. I see my father in front of me, so I don't really feel like or see like I change. There's a few things that I might feel like the aging process, but I don't really feel. I still feel young.
Yeah.
My grandmother passed at about 100, so if I'm 48 now, I feel like I'm like damn near 30. So, you know, but back then, in high school, I was actually singing gospel. I was traveling the world singing gospel.
Okay.
And that's why when I'm in the club, I'm always singing. That's why
you are always singing when you get that motherfucking mic.
I always have a song on my heart, so I used to sing and I ran track.
Okay.
Myself and my twin.
Where you from? What area are you from?
Oh man, I'm from Pomona, man.
Okay, so all this is happening in the Pomona area.
Yeah, I'm from the west side of Pomona.
Okay. I actually went to church in Pomona. It's crazy.
What church?
It was off of town.
Town of White.
No, it's.
I'm sorry. Not that's Macedonia for White and.
Yeah, it's off of town and it's right by the freeway off the 10, right by the 7-Eleven. It's called Christ Apostolic Church. It's a Nigerian church.
Okay. I went to St. Stephen's Missionary Baptist Church. That's where I grew up at. That's in La Puente.
La Puente, okay.
And the pastor, his name was Pastor McCall, rest in peace. But he allowed me to travel with him around the world and sing with the selected members in our group, and deliver word and gospel, and that church, he was actually on Mega Sci-Fi. Now I started doing my research at an older age, and he had a huge network, so all the prominent black families would come to the church, thousands of people. I remember Daryl Strawberry giving the whole choir like tickets to the game back in the day, and there were a lot of prominent black families there, so that was a great experience. But
what year was that? Or at least
that was like 92.
Okay.
99. I started going there like 88 maybe, 88, because I was a kid. I was a real kid. I was shy. I was just in the choir singing. Boom. And once I started running track and everybody else was like, yeah, we run track too, football season, and we going through our little seasons, whatever, people were like, oh, I'm playing you guys next weekend, whatever.
Okay.
In Ganesha, we didn't play people out here in the IE, we'll play people like San Gabriel Valley.
Okay.
So it'll be a close knit of people. So we'll have the track meets, all the like black groups in the different teams. Oh man, there's Ryan, there's Robin, whatever. And then as I started to get into my senior year, my father started to become ill.
Okay.
He came down with different medical conditions, so he aged right before my eyes, like really quick. He passed at 48, the age I'm at now. That's when he passed. But that was after I graduated.
High school.
Right.
Okay.
But when I started,
was it like cancer that he died from, or what?
No, it was diabetes and high blood pressure.
Okay. It
was diabetes, but he lived a really fast paced life before he met my mother.
Okay.
And that caused him to pass at a very young age of 48. Because he was big, strong, you know, thick neck. Like that brother was strong, but he was sharp. He was a salesman like myself.
Okay.
So he taught me my gift of gab. And once I turned 18, I went to this famous club, man, in Riverside, Rubidoux, called Club Metro.
Club Metro.
Oh my God. Now that club was the club that turned me out.
So you was basically like a church boy, an athlete / church boy.
And entrepreneur, because I used to buy candy because we had our own business, our family business, RJ's Touch of Class.
Okay.
And back then, no one knew me as RJ. The only person that called me RJ was my father.
Okay.
When he passed away, my friends was like, we ain't calling you Ryan anymore, we're calling you RJ. Because they know what my dad used to do for me and all the other young men in the community, because he went to my high school and took over the track team.
Okay.
You know, Coach Gibson was a good dude, but he wasn't really pushing us. So my dad went up there and took us to state. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because he was like a general.
Okay.
So he put that.
Was he like a gangster, or he was just more like a?
Man, he was a salesman before he met my mother. He was a professional. He would manage women of leisure. You know, so, and he would tell me the stories about it and whatnot. So once. And
real quick before you go into what you were about to say, with the lifestyle that he did live, or at least prior to family and marriage, did he talk to you about that?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. He talked to me about it. You know, he didn't want to go like overindulge into it and get my mind swayed up, but That's how he ended up passing away early at his age, because before he met my mother, he was shot 5 times.
He was shot?
He was shot 5 times.
Okay.
In the stomach with a 22. The doctors couldn't take out that one bullet.
Okay.
That was lodged in his kidney. He ended up passing of kidney failure, which the diabetes and the high blood pressure, they need the kidneys to operate correctly. Yeah. And I was a senior in high school. I wanted to give him one of my kidneys. The doctor was like, can't do that, because if you give up one of your kidneys, then I can pass early. So, but he ended up passing at a young age of 48.
Okay.
But yeah, he was but it was you know, he was a strong man. He worked hard, you know, provided for his family, taught him the 3 P's of life for a man: provide, protect, and proclaim. You provide, you protect your family, you proclaim your family. You got kids, take care of them. You know what I'm saying? Right. And if you don't, if you got outside kids, make sure you send for them. You know, make sure you send for them and do it, because that's what I see my dad do. He was a great man. So I always work. I work. If I'm not working, nigga, what kind of work can I do right now? I'm trying to do something.
Right. You know I don't even feel comfortable just sitting down. I need
absolutely. And if not, I'm thinking about numbers. I'm making up equations in my head, or I got my phone in my hand playing dominoes. Yeah. I'm thinking about numbers. You feel me? I didn't see you in a club playing dominoes before. Absolutely. That's where you get it from.
So we in the early 90s. You get down the Riverside after being in the church, running track, seeing your dad do what he did in life, and then boom, you in the club for the first time.
I went to Club Metro. I was turned out. Okay. I was overwhelmed.
So let's take us back, because obviously we're in the year 2025, right? Obviously, clubbing is totally different from what it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So give us, paint the picture for the people listening and watching. How was the club, at least your first experience? Your first, almost like somebody's first time ever getting high. This is your first high in the club, you know what I'm saying?
Let's start off from driving down Rubidoux.
Okay.
We driving down Rubidoux. We pass the drive-in. Okay. And then to the right, you see a sea of cars. Okay. I mean, all the way through the entire. Imagine a big Kmart or Target parking lot
full of club goers.
The cars. Okay. And then the line from the front swung all the way down the whole entire commercial complex. Wow. All the way around. Okay. And you park and you got to stand in this long line. Okay. And it's my first time. I'm like, man, there's a lot of people. You got girls out there, and I'm shy. I'm a shy choir boy. Okay. I'm choir boy from the 5 Heartbeats. Okay. And I'm like, damn, this is crazy. And as soon as we get in, it was $3 and $5 on Thursdays and $10 on Saturdays. And they had 2 different lines to go in. You walk in, you got 4 different sides. 2 sides were black people rooms. Okay. One side was a Mexican, the other side was like a white techno. Okay. Black side, walk in, it's hot, overpriced, watered down drinks. The AC is off. And I walk in, I see people dancing hard. I see one dude with his shirt off, with a girl in the front, another one in the back. They up there bumping and grinding. Yeah. And I'm like, dear Lord, what the hell's going on? Where am I? Yeah, and I walk in.
So real quick.
And it's crunk.
Who got you? Who took you? Who introduced you to this shit?
My neighbors, man. Well, actually, it was 3 of them, because it was my dad was sick. He was really sick, and that was man, you depressed. We got to take you to the club tonight.
Yeah, let's get you out the house.
So it was my homeboy, Rob Miller, Ira, and Tashiel Thomas. Okay. And damn.
And what you about 18 at this time?
Yeah, actually no, I'll take that back. Ira and Tashiel wasn't there with me because I introduced them to him. But we started going every week. It was Rob Miller, and I was overwhelmed. And I believe it was Nassim and Jermaine Hunsaker. Nassim Abdul and Jermaine Hunsaker. Those were the ones we went out to the first time, and I was overwhelmed. And a bunch of girls was asking for my number. I was being bougie because back then we had just one phone in the house. So I give you my number, you know.
Gotta call the house phone.
Yeah, you gotta call the house phone. And I gave one girl my number, and she called and she asked for the wrong person. And I was like, you got the wrong number. And I hung up on her face. I was like, how dare she? Yeah. Not knowing that, you know, she jammed, and she got my number. She called, but she called me Ronald and not no, Robbie. She asked for Robbie and not Ryan. And I was like, nah, you got the wrong number. Hung up. But
you knew it was her.
Yeah, I knew it was her. So that night, the black side was too hot, so I stayed on the Mexican side all night because they had the AC on.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, you know what? I went home.
So it sounded like they was taking care of the non-black folk.
Oh yeah, for sure, because blacks don't drink like that. Mexicans do. So they, but there was partying, and I felt insecure of my dance capability. So I went home. Okay. I turned on Video Souls Before Your Time. You remember that?
I don't know nothing.
Okay, there's a show called Video Soul with Donnie Simpson.
Okay.
And I was watching all the music videos that come on, and I was practicing all my dance moves, almost like I'll do from The Wood. The Wood, exactly like that. And I was at home practicing my dance moves, and I was like,
because at this time, people still dance. I mean, they dance now, but
no. They do not dance now.
They boogie now.
Let me tell you something. I dance.
Okay.
You don't ever see me dance in the club. So I'm doing a two-step. Yeah. But I know how to. I can dance. I can dance anybody's. I can outdance anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. Straight up. So like straight up.
I can picture you singing. Obviously, I sing you, but dancing.
Right. But dancing, I will outdance anybody. Straight up.
Okay.
Straight up. And that's who I am. That's my fact.
That's because you came up in a
club where everybody's dancing. With no cell phones distracting you. They're trying to take selfies. We didn't have none of that. Yeah. You had a pen. You had a notebook to write down numbers. Because back then you used to have a game. See how many numbers you get in a night. And then we had like contests. Who can get the most numbers. Whoever got the least had to buy everybody some Burger King, McDonald's down the way. Down the street, whatever. So we were in there. Club Metro was almost like an Outcast song. Remember Sporty Orty Double-Licious Angel? You got 1,000 people booty shaking in the club. Yeah. Remember that part? That's exactly what it was like. And waiting till somebody get into a fight, somebody gets sliced up, or go in the parking lot, somebody busting in the air. That's what. So
they were shooting back then too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, that's how Metro got shut down. There was an ultimate parking lot pimp. That's the best part of the Club Metro. Afterward, everybody stayed outside the club for about an hour and a half, parking lot pimping. Yeah. And I used to dance so hard I have to have a different change of clothes. I'll pop the tags. Yeah. And I'll change my clothes in the parking lot. I have a mink coat on. Yeah. Like I was cold. I was a cold young man. I was a cold.
So IE90s was a place to be.
Oh man, it's better than today because there wasn't no sections. It was a dance floor, and people don't want to dance, and it was what you live for the weekend. Okay. And what made me be a promoter was I'm an entrepreneur. My father's always an entrepreneur. Before he died, he was like, he used to have this deep, thunderous, charismatic voice. Okay. And he used to be in the back of the house in Pomona, run! And I'd come through the house because we had a long house, one story. And like, yeah, what's up? It's like, why are all these girls calling you? Yeah. And I was like, Dad, they like me. He was like, what you mean? It's like, man, they like me. Like they, yeah. Like, man.
This is after your first, you already actively been in the club now.
In about maybe 3-4 months. And because this is like graduated in May. We like toward the end of the summer. Okay. Phone is banging.
So the whole summer, your first summer out of high school, you just in the club, like most seniors. Most graduates.
I'm in the club, whatever, and then and I was working at the time. Okay. And I was working at McDonald's off of Murchison, off the 10, and he was like, son, if all these girls is calling, what you gonna do? I was like, I don't know what you mean. He was like, okay. And then the following weekend, I asked him for some money. I said, man, I met this fine girl. She down there in Moreno Valley. And I'm trying to meet up with her. I need some money. So what about your paycheck? He said, I went to my club plaza. I went to Coda. I got me a outfit. Back then, this outfit used to be 2 for $40. Top and bottom for $40. Okay. You buy some, or if I up the price, I give me some Carl Canais, cross colors or something like that, or some.
So the club, even the club attire was totally different back then.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, a lot of it's coming back, like the bell bottoms. Okay, yeah. Those are coming back, but it was different then. Okay. But you know, we still can like jazz it up, whatever, and still be able to wear it like throughout your wardrobe throughout the week. Yeah. But Well, my dad was like, when I asked for some money, he said, nah, So what? So where you spend your money on? So you got to pay to get in, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's like, look, I'm going to teach you how to get $20 off every woman that's calling you every weekend for the rest of your life. But you just got to follow this process. And I was dialed in because my dad used to teach me a lot. Every weekend when I was a kid, nobody sleep in. You got to get up and pull some weeds. Yeah. You got to do this, you got to do that. So look, I'm going to teach you how to do this. She was like, look, get you a name, get you a flyer. It's like, well, my name is Ryan. Don't call yourself RJ. Call yourself RJ. So, all right, for sure. RJ. Your homie's got a computer up the street. Make sure you get you a flyer and put the map on it. He like give me the whole thing. He was like, all your Samoan homeboys. Oh yeah, shouts out to Big Dave, Yona, all my people from Pomona. Yeah. Big Dave's sons. One of them just about to be in the draft this year. Oh wow, nice. DJ Unalele. The U brothers, Yona, Robert, Mao, the whole clan, and DJs. Mateo up there in Oregon State. Shouts out to you guys. That would be my security. It's like all your Samoan homeboys is gonna be your security. Yeah. All your homeboys that roll with you, those are the only people that get in for free, because they're gonna help you get all the ladies that don't like you, because you the dark skin one of the crew. Everybody else is light skinned. It's just like. And then all the women they gotta pay. If they pay, that means they a bill.
Thompson had the game.
Oh yeah, he said they all a bill, and even if your mama show up, you gotta charge her too. Everybody pay. Everybody pay.
Every single person.
Everybody.
Where was the very first club you was promoting out
of? It wasn't a club. It was a house.
Oh okay. Oh, my first party was a house party too.
And too many people showed up. It was crazy. It was at Anthony Sinclair, one of the biggest noops I know. What's up, family? Oh, not the biggest, but one of the biggest. Shouts out to you, family. Anthony Sinclair. Shouts out to DK, Noops. That's one of my Polo affiliates. Yeah. Man. And Polo.
Polo Entertainment.
Polo came from, it was cliques back then. Okay. So different.
Like groups. Party cliques.
Exactly. Okay. And we would support each other.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Because
fats. Fats.
People don't support each other now. Cliques, at least.
Cliques do. You have fats. Man, shouts out to Drake. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of different crews out there, man. Chapter 1. Sexy Five Dogs. They were older than me. And but Polo came from a lady I was dating at my church. And she used to say I was a player. I was like, I ain't no player. It's like, you see how them girls be following you around? And I was always oblivious to all the female attention. Okay. I'm there for a reason. I'm tapping in with God, not the women. But as I got older, all the bad girls went to church because they was always in trouble. You going to church, you going to learn something about God. Right. But this woman was like, I'm going to call you Polo from now on. And I was like, why? I ain't no player. She says, yes, you are. I was like, why you going to call me Polo anyway? She said, because players only live once. And that blew my mind. I was like, that's our name,
Polo Entertainment.
But back then it was the Polo Clique.
Polo Clique, okay.
And there was a gang of us. It was a lot of us. A lot of people fell off. Didn't want to go.
But this is like I'm guessing.
This 94.
This 90. So you still in your late teens, early 20s. Yeah. And typically around that age, you feel me? That's when you have the most camaraderie. You got the most homies. That you know what I'm saying? Because you're younger, we outside every day. Like you with the homies. Like either you gang banging, you got a clique, something. But you with a group of like-minded individuals.
Thing is, back then, in order to be like down with the crew, you have to either be. This is what my father used to instill. Okay. As long as you're working or you're going to school, you don't have to worry about women. They'll worry about you because you're about your business. Because you're intellectual, you have a network, you're resourceful. Sometimes you didn't have to have money. You just had to have a sharp mind, and that'll naturally gravitate. It'll be a magnet and just gravitate toward you. Because a lot of times I wasn't trying to like have a bunch of girlfriends. They just want to be my friend. Yeah. And because I'm not gonna be trying to hump on you. Let's do something else. Let's do something different. Right. And I respected that. So that also was a natural attention grabber. You know what I mean? So that, and then like the first party, man, too many people. So next one we did the Mount Sac after party. Okay. And And I still had the job at McDonald's. I had older people that worked there. Had this one old guy. I was like, "Hey, can we hire you to be our elevator man?" Because the elevator had to shuttle people back up. He was like, "Oh man, to be with all the pretty girls, hell yeah!" He was on
with that.
Yeah, he was on. He had like a crooked mouth, like didn't have any money for his teeth. So he was just like smiling, like, "Man, I'll put on a suit."
Yeah.
Because we all had. I told everybody had to put on suits.
Okay.
And we was going because we still had to hook up at the mall with the suits.
Okay.
Everybody go get their suits at a discount. So we dress nice, dress sharp. We're not putting on.
And was everybody else outside of the crew? Was that like the attire back then, like the club scene? Was it like uppity?
Nah. The suits was my dad's idea.
Okay.
But he already passed.
Okay.
So once he passed, I was like, okay, because I started to fall into a darker space.
Yeah. And
I was like, in order for me to snap out of it, just work.
Yeah.
Just work, because I never like really mourned my father.
Yeah.
I internalized it and just worked.
Yeah, that's how I had to do the same thing. Yeah.
I didn't break down until like 20-some years later when Jamal passed. Because he almost passed almost the same way.
As your father died.
When my dad died. That shit hurt. This shit hurt right now. Shit.
Yeah. That's how it be, man.
That hurt my feelings, man. So.
Yeah.
But
so the suits, the attire. Let's just dive into attire really quick, because again, y'all was in suits, but I'm still trying to like picture like, are y'all wearing suits at house parties? Y'all wearing?
No.
Okay, so you guys are in
like special events.
Yeah.
House parties, no. We put on our gear.
Okay.
And I was the worst dressed. I ain't gonna lie, because I didn't know how to like be trendy. I used to like, because I came from church, so I was put on suits, ties, and know how to tie a tie, know how to tie an ascot, know how to take a regular tie, turn it into a bow tie, and do different things like that. Because my dad would take me down to LA to 7th or 8th Street. Okay. Know how to pick out a fine suit and get it tailored. Get some Italian, some leather, some Stacey Adams, and know how to keep them up and look sharp. And know how to like really put it together. And that's what my father taught me. But as far as like dressing trendy, all my friends did that. I didn't really know how to, but just spend a bunch of money on a bunch of clothes. You gonna mess up because you in the club, like sweating through your clothes, because we danced, like we really, really danced. Yeah, I haven't been into the club, and again, I've been DJing for, I would say maybe like 13 years now. What year is it? 2025? Or probably more than that. Let's just say 14 years. Like, I haven't been in the club and people in there sweating and it's hot as a motherfucker in a long time. I miss that environment. I try to recreate it, but with my seasoned, I'm seasoned, and I don't really want to party like that because I draw the wrong type of attention. When I'm out of town, I put my phone down and I party from as soon as I walk in until I'm leaving. Majority of the time, you'll never see me drinking alcohol. I just picked up a bad habit of hookah and smoking hookah because it's something I can do while I'm just like standing there. Yeah. But currently. Yeah. But that's now, but now where my play pad? There it is. Go ahead. But now I try not to like dance because it draws the wrong type of attention on the type of dancing that I do. What is it? Like I'm a big ass man. Oh yeah. I'm a big ass man, and when a big man knows how to dance and move, I get a lot of women attention. And being married, I just don't want that. I don't want that smoke. Yeah. And she don't want that smoke, but I ain't gonna give her that smoke. And I don't even want that attention. Cause when I was younger, boy, I was that nigga they mamas warned them about. Yeah. We can't be out here disrespecting wifey. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. No, I don't do that. No, hell no. I don't do that. I don't do that. Yeah. So 90s. Let's segue. We late 90s, early 2000s. Like you in the club scene now. I wouldn't say you a vet, but you've been in there for a minute now. I was learning because at that age, I went back to church. What age are we talking about? I was like 20, 21. Okay. I went back to church. I went to Melbourne. So you took a hiatus of church out of church. Okay. And I went back. Okay. And I wanted to rejoin the choir and get back in it and really hone in on my voice, and because back then I used to be able to hit 6.5 octaves, and I was like high key singing opera too, like African Mass and stuff like that. It was a very, very great time. How's the chat looking?
You tapped in? All right,
yeah, tapped in, yeah.
Yeah, tell them follow DJ Muda too if they can. Can they see me? Turn the camera a little bit so they can see me.
You might fall down. Hey, y'all follow DJ Muda, man.
I was about to say.
Let's see here.
There we go. What's the deal? What's the vibes, y'all? Sorry, I gotta get to say what's up to his chat. But anyway, go ahead.
I went back to church, and it almost seemed like I didn't put enough money in the offering plate, to be honest with you. And the guys that were serving there wasn't really for young men coming. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like to me that they weren't really interested.
It was more for the older folk, you would say?
I'm not even
Or maybe that they already had judged you, like, oh, this nigga.
They didn't even know me like that. They just knew me from and from singing before. And they said a punk ass prayer, gave me a pamphlet, and sent me on my way.
Is there a reason you kind of went back, or you just wanted to go back?
When God is talking, you gotta listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's a fact.
You know, there's an exercise that I do practice. I close my eyes. And I'll just talk to myself. Or not talk to myself, I hear a voice. That voice is God talking to you, leading you, directing you. So, God talks to you. And when you don't listen, He will respond. Mm-hmm. And at that age, I was really seeking guidance. Because my dad used to be a guiding type of person.
Right. And you trying to find that fill that void.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I went. They wasn't having it for me. So I went to a club, and the brothers there took me in. Older G's, Marcus Jenkins out in Bellflower, Ernest McIntyre. The brother gives me the chills because the same type of rap that my father was teaching me, they was instilling the same. Like they were reinforcing those things without even knowing who my dad was. And they were like some OGs. I don't know if they were Bloods. I don't know if they were Crips, but they was from Compton. They were from Compton.
They were party promoters, though.
Yes.
Okay.
They used to have ostrich-skin cowboy boots, man, wearing
pimps?
Wearing $5,000 suits. They were promoters. But these brothers was paid.
Okay.
Gold chains before people were wearing chains.
Yeah.
The brothers was paid, and they was sharp. They did what they said it was gonna do. They said as long as you work or you go to school and you take care of your child, you good. And if you can't do it, say you can't do it.
What around what time did you feel like you met these guys?
That was right after my daughter was born, and I was in like 98. No, I'm sorry, 99.
Okay.
My daughter was born 99, and then brothers was like, if I couldn't make it to the club because I had my daughter, they understood. That was like, but they knew I was gonna get the job done, and people, because we had a club together in Orange County, off of Lemon and the 91.
Okay.
So I was in charge of bringing the IE, my man Art Ingram out of OC. He had a crew called Shock the World.
Okay.
And Julio Galvin. You had Ashley Jackson out there. You had a few other brothers out there in Orange County.
Okay.
BH the Great, he was out there. It was some great people in Orange County that just had it clicking. The other homeboy, RJ, there's another RJ out there in Orange County. Then Ernest McIntyre and Marcus, those were the older guys.
Okay.
They were older than me, but they had all the like Bellflower, Compton, all those places clicking. So we all brought together from LA, OC, IE, come together.
Meeting in Orange County.
Oh my God. And it was every Wednesday. The most people we did that night was 2,500 people in one night.
2,500.
2,500. We had HBO filming on live. Karis one hosted the show.
On a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
What do you think? Or how could I ask this? Why do you think that weekdays aren't clicking and working like they used to?
Social media. Social media. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. And social media. Social media is a different like.
Well, because people would hear that, right? Because you emphasize it. You said it twice, right? You hear social media. Most people, especially non-promoters or people that's not in the nightlife, they would think like, well, with social media, shouldn't it made it easier? So kind of explain to us or the people why social media actually made it harder than people would think, in your opinion? Because I think so too.
Let's see. When were you born? What year?
88.
Okay. Back in 1998, what was your favorite burger stand? Or favorite burger place to go?
McDonald's.
There you go. That's my exact point. Guess what? Right after the pandemic, guess what happened? You can now set up your own burger stand in front of McDonald's. You know what happened? People stopped going to McDonald's and they're getting the little mom and pops right there in front. The taco stands, instead of going to Alberto's, somebody's setting up a stand right in front of Alberto's and getting that authentic taco or burger right there in front. And you got all these different vendors. Different cities are now cleaning that market up. Even in about down the street from San Manuel and San Bernardino, right here in the IE, they used to have that big old marketplace, all those vendors out there. They're trying to clean it up. But guess what? It's still not happening. That's what's happening with like different promotions, social influencers. Just because you open up an Instagram page doesn't mean you're a promoter.
So when you say, man, because I understand what you mean, but I'm trying to put it in layman terms for people. When you say like people are setting up shop in front of the mom and pop are setting up in front of the big businesses, right? So I'm taking that, or I'm interpreting it as in you are like I give you an example, or not even an example. You just stated y'all was able to get LA, IE, Orange County, all to come to Orange County.
Right.
But what you saying, people setting up in the front now is like, I don't gotta go all the way to Orange County no more.
Right.
I can go right down the street.
Right. Right. Because back then there was no social media. You had the people that have passion like myself. And Ernest McIntyre, Marcus Jenkins, Art Ingram, Julio Galvin. They had the different networks, and we'll have our flyers, and we'll pass them out, and people will respond. That was it. Now, if you make an Instagram, no knock to people that want to jump in the game and do this. No knock, because it's a grind. You can do an event once every three months, crack it, but try doing it every week. It's a task. To gather people. Yeah. It's a task. Yeah. It's a tedious task. So there are different methods and formulas that I would.
I'm thinking too with social media, right? Okay, let's just say like in the early 2000s, at least when I started clubbing, it was 2006, 2005.
Okay, there was no really like social media.
It was
like
MySpace, but that didn't count, right? But like now, I can see what RJ. I mean, people who probably ain't seen you in weeks, months, days, years, can be in your life right now watching you. Like I don't gotta pull up on a club to see the homies now. I could literally see what they doing. So what's the point of getting up, getting dressed, getting a new outfit, spending all this money when I already see what the homies doing. I see they good. I don't really got to be social because I'm using social media to be social. You get what I'm saying? So I think that also hindered the club scene.
Social media is so different now. Somebody will be in the studio, or they'll be excited. Yeah, thumbs up, and I'm doing this and doing that. They'll go in the car, break down and crying. One person that looks like she's popping. She had like 100 and some thousand people on her Instagram, had a birthday party. It got a whole section, did all this stuff, and only 3 people showed up. She went in this bathroom and cried, bawled her eyes out because a bunch of people just flaked on her.
I mean, we both been in there. I'm sure we both experienced a no call, no show in the club.
And for sure.
Like,
for sure. But some people just feel like the pressure is on to keep up this facade. And it's not real life. Who's gonna really go online and post and really say how they're really feeling?
Facts.
Or post on, damn, I'm a month and a half behind on my damn rent.
Right.
Who's gonna really put it out there?
Excuse me.
Right. Or instead of saying, "Oh, my baby daddy and shit," and instead she posts, "Girl, I ain't no good. I'm really keeping my kids away from my baby daddy. Yeah. I only had the kids just to make an extra buck."
Right.
Who's really gonna say that? No, they're gonna flip the script and paint a picture. Yeah. So when people, like you said, people look at us like, "Oh, girl, shoot, let's go out and let's go turn up because such and such is a bad person. We need to find you somebody new." Yeah. She gonna go out and ruin the next man's life. Yeah. Who's gonna tell the truth? So. Yeah. A lot of times social media is, you gotta just take it for face value and who's really being genuine, who's not. How do you do that? I meet people in person. I'm a people person. I look people in the eye, shake their hand. They keep looking away too much. Guess what? You're lying.
Yeah.
You know, your character isn't wrapped too tight. It's not too good. So
I'm curious to ask you this, RJ.
What's up?
You from Pomona?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of the people that kind of influenced you outside of your pops were LA people, LA promoters, OC promoters. What made you want to bring your talent to the IE?
Man, I'm from the IE, man.
Pomona's, you consider Pomona the IE?
Pomona is both LA and IE.
Okay.
Because when you go to the LA County Fair, who's all there? People from the IE. When I take 1 footstep east, I'm in the IE. When I go to the mall, I'm in the IE.
Yeah.
When I go to the I don't know about LA, but out here, you want to go to a farm and get some fresh fruits and vegetables? Where you go? The IE. You know? So is Pomona LA County? Yes. Is it the IE? Yes. Because the 71 is a cutoff.
Yeah.
The 71 runs right through Pomona.
Yeah.
So geographically, it's both, man. Because LA County Fair, but the IE is literally like right there. You
That's a fact.
So when
but you still could have decided like, let me go to the bigger market.
You know, when I go to the bigger market, now that I'm seasoned, I'm vetted, Los Angeles loves us.
Okay.
They love my work ethic. They love the IE, but they say that's too far to drive. Like, or some people that never been out here. Oh my God, where are we driving?
Yeah,
you know,
fact.
But we drive there all the time to give away our money and resources.
Right.
So I'm proud of where I'm from. When I'm in Los Angeles, I used to try to go every Monday to the karaoke spot 1640, Monday Night Vibes, and sing karaoke every Monday. And when I'm there, they introduce me as RJ from the IE. You know, but I rep Pomona. It's an oxymoron. Some people might will beg to differ, you know, because Pomona is LA County, but 71 runs right through it. Yeah. So it's still IE. So I'm RJ from the IE.
RJ from the IE. Polo Entertainment. I like to hear that. Yeah. You know, because I'm Muda from the IE. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I'm out of town, when I was in Trinidad, or if I was in South Beach, or these different places in the world, I'm saying like.
Chris Lowe's, what's the deal, my boy?
Oh snap! Chris Lowe's, what's good, fam?
I gotta get Chris Lowe's in here. Next.
Okay. So when I tell people where I'm from, I'm from Pomona. Where is that? IE.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? This LA County was IE.
So since we talking about the IE, I'm curious to know. Tell me, what's 5 significant, in your opinion, as a promoter and been doing this shit for a long time?
Okay.
What's 5 big differences between the club scene and the IE between when the day you started to compare it to like this day and age? What's the 5 big differences in your opinion?
5 differences. 5. Damn,
3 minimum, 5.
Okay, I could do 3. Back then, of course, we already touched on 1. People dance.
Yeah, dancing.
People dance, man. The culture of the music. The music is actually getting good again. Okay. There was a point where you couldn't understand what people were saying. Back then, you understood. This is why we have a lot of night still, 90s and 2000s night. Yeah. You know, you don't hear anybody say, "Oh, we're gonna do a 2010 to 2020."
Or early 2000s.
Right.
Right.
You don't hear a lot.
Mid 2000s.
Right. You don't hear a lot of that genre. But 90s, 2000s, people are like, "Oh man, you can fall in love again," to putting on some 90s, 2000. You know. But now, like Pookie F and Rouge.
Shout out to Pookie.
Oh my God, I absolutely love his new album, The Rebirth of the West. Oh man, I'm on that. You know what I mean?
Nigga.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, brother. Cause he really ain't a rapper. He a promoter. He an MC. He a host.
He's definitely
he's a businessman.
He does it. He does it all. Rap, promote, hosts,
cook.
Yeah.
He wears many hats. So shout out to you.
And Pookie, to me, just a side note, Pookie is a perfect example of what you got to be in this day and age. You can't just be the rapper, or you can't just be the promoter. You got to promote. You got to create your own flyers. You got to pass out your own flyers. You got to fucking host your own event, like be on the mic. You feel what I'm saying? You got to go out and make sure you get the DJs. You got to make sure, depending on if you want food at your shit, find a taco man or whoever. You get what I'm saying? You got to like...
He's resourceful. What I was saying before. Yeah. He's not about chasing after skirts. He's about his business. He learns every day. He posts every single day. He learns something new. His mind is always moving. I love that. Yeah. I love that. Great minds think alike. You know, if there was like 10 Pookies, shit, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, straight up. For me, one thing that you didn't name that I think is...
I'm not done yet.
Okay, man, go ahead. Let's see.
Fashion.
Fashion for sure, yeah, definitely.
Fashion is totally different.
Totally, for sure. It's coming back, but yes, I agree.
Let's see here. But we're in the IE. When I go to different places, you know, like Atlanta, man, it's a Black excellence fashion show.
For sure.
I would like to see more of that here in the Inland Empire.
For sure.
And we would support each other more back then. The support was a lot different. Now there's too many underhanding people taking your ideas, or like back then we'll communicate like, hey, you got Tuesday, you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's a club every night of the week back then.
It was almost like a code of conduct for promoters.
Yeah. You know, and we'll help each other.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's
every man for themselves.
True. It's more like that nowadays. So, you know, to each his own. But you know, you just have to love to do it. That you have to love to do this.
Right.
If not, then you know, go ahead and like they said in Wolf of Wall Street, go get a job at McDonald's.
So what I was gonna mention that I've noticed.
Yeah.
And this is, let's just say, I want to say before the pandemic, but I've seen it more after pandemic. Is just like it's more of like a money game. Everything's about money. You know, we're all in it for business, right? But now it's like we selling tables, we selling bottles, we selling cut the lines, we selling like fucking pre-sale tickets. You get what I'm saying? Like we selling fucking food. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about sell versus taking away the experience.
The experience, right?
There's no club experience anymore. You get what I'm saying? Where you go into that motherfucker, it's just like, damn, I'm having a good time. Now it's like, we in there, I gotta buy bottles. You know, or how about this one? Now it's like, to go through the new club experience is buying bottles, having a section. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the dancing. It's not about learning what the new dance move is and doing it in the club. None of that. It's about class. That's what I think it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, the club now shows, at least in the Black community, right, of club goers, it shows like where you are in class.
Let me interject there.
Okay.
Now, when it talks about class and dressing, this is when you start to get to the older crowds.
Yeah.
Because they remember that, so they still do that.
Yeah.
The younger audience doesn't understand that. Now, the women will be half naked, not for the men, but for the other women. It's not for the men anymore.
Yeah.
The women are dancing on or with the women.
Yeah.
And the men will stand back because there's nothing left to the imagination.
Yeah.
If you speak properly, you're getting cussed out by a woman because you're too proper or you're too square.
Are you too nice?
You're too nice. You're too much of a gentleman. But if you just talk to her crazy and she might entertain it, you call her a bitch. Hey, bitch. You know, hey, bitch, whatever. She gonna tap in. She gonna be like, oh, for real.
Yeah.
No, young men, you don't want that type of. Yeah. You don't want that type of woman in your circle because I mean, let's dive a little deeper. Young men, if you see a young woman and you want to vet her, and you actually lay with her, there's more than just a sexual transmitted disease. It's a spiritual transmitted disease that you can actually intercept.
Soul connections?
Yeah, soul tie.
Soul tie.
And if you lay with the wrong type of woman, it can affect your daily walk. It can affect the attitude that other people will portray because now you have her negative energy on you. You don't even know it. I learned the hard way. I remember one time I was dating this pretty young thing, man. Pretty eyes, She was she was smart, whatever, and ever since I started like dealing with her, everything started going wrong.
Yeah.
And I recognized. I said, "Oh, I can't deal with you no more."
Yeah.
She said, "Why?" I said, "Because ever since I started talking to you, everything started going wrong." So you calling me bad luck? I said, "Yes,
yes. I've dealt with somebody like that in my life.
So
where it's like everything, it's like almost like you got a black cloud around you, bitch, and now that I'm with you, I'm under that cloud with you, type shit.
So I mean, certain things that you got to ask, like young men, you talking to a young woman, it's like an interview, and you got to talk to her. You got to ask her a few open-ended questions. So your mother and father together, or did you were raised with both your mother and father? If not, why? What happened? So
let me ask you this then, since we're talking about women and questions and meeting the right ones, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel as a promoter for 30 plus years, could you meet a loving, sensible wife in the club?
Yes, I met my wife at the club.
You met your wife at the club? Because I always argued against that. How about this one? Not even argued against it. Every person I met in the club was fun. All my fun experiences with women were ones I met in the club. Have I took any of them serious? No. Because I'm just like, damn, I met you in the club. Like, you feel me? Like, it's almost like I'm kind of judging you a little bit too. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Maybe same thing with me. I'm a DJ by trade. So it's like, yeah, I want to have fun with you, Muda, but do you really want to take me serious? Because of the lifestyle, right? So I said that to say, like, being a DJ, being in the lifestyle, in the nightlife for half of my life, I'm like, damn, can I take somebody who's in this motherfucker partying half naked?
Not half naked.
You feel me? Like,
there's certain characteristics and things that have and guidelines that you have to go.
So let's just say single RJ, right?
Yep.
You in a club, like, how are you navigating? This person is good for me, or this is a good woman for a man, and nah, this is just a club female. How are you judging them?
First, how she dressed.
Clothes is the first thing.
Yeah. How she dressed. Is she covered up?
Yeah.
Or is she exposed? My wife is very classy. She's covered. I noticed. Well, she didn't want to talk to me, but I noticed her beauty. She had beautiful eyes. So when she said no, thank you, I continued to speak. I said, let's go to breakfast. Let's just talk. And we talked and we exchanged numbers and we just continued to vet each other. And she noticed that I was more than just a club guy.
Right.
Because if you were just to read the cover versus the content, it'll be, if you just look at that, you'd be like, oh, this thing just doesn't.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because me and your wife in a club, right? Boom. So you meet in a club, boom, you date, boom, boom, you get married, bam.
Actually, when I first met her, we actually had to part ways. Because I was living a different lifestyle.
Okay. Well, I'm actually just kind of like fast forwarding.
Okay.
Like basically saying, okay, talking, date, boom, married, bam.
Yeah.
But now you're still in the lifestyle. So kind of explain to us how you're able to navigate being married, creating a trusting covenant and bond with somebody, but also living a lifestyle or career that involves you being around things that can cut or create distrust.
I don't give her any reason not to trust me. And I'm open. I'm honest. I don't. Well, I am the exact same person who she met. I'm a nice, fun, loving man that takes care of his family, and I have a passion for what I do. But I know how to come home.
So was this something that happened that y'all had to create, or from jump you kind of let her know this is what it is, this is what type of net man you got, and you good, or was it like it was a little bumpy at first?
It was never bumpy.
Okay.
It was never bumpy, but if something needs to be addressed, we address it head on.
Yeah.
But I'll never give her a space to be, to question me, insecure, wonder. I do a lot more checking in than she needs to check in with me. And I give her that respect. Like, hey, I'm over here.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm over there. I'm going here. If I want to have a guy's trip, or we're doing a guy's trip out of town, it's not like I'm asking, but just the courtesy of the conversation.
Is it cool if we do this? And
right. It's just a courtesy, But with me being outside and being around lots of people, that's just who I am. This is what I do. And
it's kind of like what she signed up for.
Well,
to an extent, dealing with you at least.
Yeah, it's a package. Right. It's a package deal. Yeah. Same thing with life and different things. It's like a woman will say, "Oh, I'm a package deal," but there's a lot more pros and cons. You know what I mean?
So did you have? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you have to alter your style of promoting once you got in a serious relationship?
Oh my God, yes. Because a lot of women that I had to come to realize that women were upset that I got married, engaged, and I was faithful. One woman told me, "Why didn't I just lie to her? Why not just keep her as like on the side?" And I said, "I don't want to live in a dark secret. I want to be open. Like I don't want to live that type of lifestyle. I will not lie to myself. Because lying to my wife is lying to myself. Why would I do that? Why would I cheat? I don't want to do that. I don't want to live that type of lifestyle. Right. I want to be open."
So with that being said,
a lot of people stopped supporting me because I got married. To be honest,
and I'm glad you said that. So now my next question is this: would you have been able to prosper, or at least, because obviously your promotion and you being a vet in this shit started from you doing it so young, right? And doing it for so long, right? But then you got married like midway through, or maybe not even tail end because you're still actively doing it. But like you got married in the middle, right? Do you think you would have got the same success if you was maybe seriously dating or married at the beginning of your career?
Only God knows that. What I know is that I'm thankful that I have a support system at home. Yeah. That gives me the opportunity to still do this, because I see some guys that are married and they really aren't married. I see some guys that gotten divorced because of this, not just lifestyle, but just the insecurity that it could bring to a home. But I'm thankful I have a loving, supportive wife that lets me do what I do, and I work hard. I work hard at it, and I grind it out. Of course, you see my son in there with me, and he'll be there to help pick up.
Yeah, we see your son all the time.
Yeah, he'll help pick up the loose ends, and I'm thankful for him. He makes me a better man, I tell you.
So let's just say, for example, this, RJ. There's a young DJ, maybe your son's age, right? He's starting the game. Would you advise him to get married early? Doing what he's doing early. I'm talking about 19, 20, 21. Versus maybe getting married and getting serious in the later. I'm talking about in the promotion game though. Not in just your son. Not your son. But I'm just using your son because he's
anybody. If it was anybody,
I would
suggest that they get married later. Establish yourself. Get all the kinks out. Learn. Get some experience. Yeah. Because if you have a young wife and you're in the club, being young without experience, oh my God,
it's gonna be tough.
You're gonna see some things that's gonna make you say, I'm not going home.
Give me some. Yeah. Give me 3 reasons of what can hinder somebody from being in a serious relationship and or being married versus not in the club, being a club promoter though.
Well, first, that could sway you out of it. Fast cash. Fast cash can alter your reality.
I agree.
Fast cash comes faster women.
Facts.
And it's just not even a one man, but women. There'll be multiple at one time. Sometimes it's her and a girlfriend. Girl, he got money. Let's go with him. And it's like whatever. This no holds bars. And then there's either 2 other obstacles after that. You end up in prison, 3, prison, jail, or
dead.
Or dead.
In the promoter game.
Oh yeah, with any game, it's fast cash.
Facts, that's true.
And without like any type of guidance, you gotta settle down, get the business together, get it right, stay focused, build up your nest egg. And then vet, because before you say fiance, you gotta say finance, because women are expensive, families are expensive. So you gotta have all that. You gotta have all that together.
Well, that's some good word of advice for them folks, for them young niggas out here, young females too. Matter of fact, speaking of young females, me saying that, why do you think, in your opinion, there's more men promoters than females? Why is this a male-dominated game when typically females are majority of the people that come to the club and spend the most money? Why do you think it's not more female promoters? Or maybe they just don't know.
They don't know. Yeah. And the women that are in the game, they're doing a wonderful.
And that's what I was gonna also throw in there. It's like
Thursday, Thursday drinks. What's it? Drea?
Fat Thursdays.
Yeah.
She's killing it.
Phenomenal. Yeah. Who else is there? Michelle Leftright. She's a seasoned vet. Yeah. She does comedy promotions. Okay. She's
my girl Jasmine that does the R&B hip hop. She got
Jasmine. Yep.
Yeah. And we got Boss Lady that run the mix.
Yeah.
But again, which still kind of like I'm still questioning because I'm like, you're right. Every female that is in the game is actually successful.
Right.
But it's so Lisa. It's not even that many of them.
You know what the secret about that is? Excuse my language, but pretty bitches love pretty bitches, and they all beautiful women. Yeah. So beautiful women attract beautiful women. Yeah. And it just makes the world go round. Yeah. But a charismatic, resourceful man, they're successful in this business. Mm-hmm. Barry Wallace, he's been doing this longer than I have. Mm-hmm. He is 10 years older than I am. He's having a comedy show on the 14th, 15th Pasadena Ice House. So both shows will be sold out. Mm. Brother does phenomenal. He's got like all the top comedians in the game. Okay. Besides Tiffany Haddish, he used to manage Tiffany. Okay. But he's gonna be at the Ice House, Pasadena Ice House. He's been doing it like that brother right there, Pat and Tim, Track. They're over at Epic Center. Okay. Track is like, do you know him? Yeah, I think I met him. 15 years older than I am. Yeah.
He owns the Epic Center?
Sean does, but he's one of the promoters. He's a promoter. He's 65. He's a promoter. Oh, okay. And he does great. Mm. Back in the day when I was in high school, junior high school, he had Backwaters. This brother, I think he even had like Teddy Riley and Guy out there. Mm. Like the brothers was making money back in the 80s. Damn. And now it's 2025 and he's still able
to getting money off promotion.
Like packing places out. You know what I'm saying? My man Squally C, Jason out of Vegas. Okay.
And these are all men. This is a male-dominated game.
These are men, but they're doing it since the 80s. Yeah. Maestro, DJ Maestro, okay. Michael Pierce, that brother, he was one of my mentors. Okay. That he was the reason why I had the all-white party. Mm. And I've been doing that for many years for my birthday. Until other promoters wanted to go ahead and start having white parties a month before my birthday. So I had to just reinvent myself. Like you were saying, being married. Yeah. Before I was married, of course I had a great clientele. Mm-hmm. After being married, I lost clientele, but just like reinventing the wheel. I remember Obama had said that black men, make sure you reinvent yourself. Mm. So I took that serious. So I reinvented myself to be able to still attract an audience that was conducive to a work-life balance, and not have that type of aura that I was a ladies man. I'm a married man. Yeah. So, but still be able to conduct business and make sure we celebrate life, because that's what it's about. It's about celebrating life. Make sure people have a place to go to. When people are like down, they're feeling bad, but they want to get out, they go to 2 different places. I came from church, so it's either the 2 C's, church or the club. Yeah. So they come to the club, make sure we embrace them, give them the right words, make sure they feel good, so they go home, they're putting the right things into their families.
I like that. Even though like the 2 C's, church and club, they're supposed to be so separate, but it's like they actually correlate souls.
Absolutely.
They correlate. And
absolutely, it's where they congregate. You know?
They align so well, like, because, I mean, in church we're worshiping God, the Lord, we're reading the Bible, but in the club, we kind of worshiping the music and the vibe. Right. You feel me? And we're trying to get away and get that new spirit, or at least get some type of enlightenment. Right. The club can enlighten you.
That's why I try my best to rarely say curse words on the mic, because don't want to plant those wrong seeds in people's spirits.
Yeah, because I'm cussing like a motherfucker.
I know. Yeah, I know. I try my best. Yeah. And I remember one time I was in the club, I'm singing a song, and my daughter was there, and I'm singing the song, and she was like, "Dad, I can't believe you just sang that song." And I was just,
so for a while, what did your kids not know you was a promoter?
Oh yeah, I always knew. They always knew. They always, you know, even when there was a car seat in the car, there was a box of flyers right next to it.
Yeah, fact. You know, so they already knew what time it was.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so like there's sometimes I have my daughter's available. Baby, can you work tonight? Yeah. Run the door? Yeah. Sure, no problem. You know, my son, same thing. If I need him to be a security guard or work the door or hold the mic.
And if I'm not mistaken, you're a grandpa now.
Yeah, man.
You're a grandfather. Yeah. Congratulations on that, man. So not only is you a married promoter, but you're a grandpa promoter.
Yes, I am.
So how's that feeling, man, to be a grandfather? I mean, you lost your father at a semi-young age. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying?
I was 18 when he passed.
You at that age, and now you even have people that not only call you dad, but call you granddad.
Not yet, because you're still,
Well, but you get what I mean. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're still a baby, but the time is going to come very soon. So, how was just experiencing that? Like,
it's...
for somebody who I don't even have kids yet.
Yeah. So, it's like knowing how to ride a bike and getting on a bike again. Mm-hmm. It feels like it's a lot of love. Yeah. Even when he cries, even if he might need to be changed or whatever, it's a great feeling to have a little man, a little boy.
Watching your kind of like your bloodline, because without you there would be no grandkid, right?
And it's a you know what, one thing at one Pastor Diego at About 11, he said it's a privilege. Yeah, it's a privilege to be a father. Yeah, and I take it serious. Yeah, and I take it serious to make sure that all needs are met, all the bills are paid, roof over our head, clothes on our back, all the things that
necessities.
Yeah, all the necessities. Because I'd rather have my problems than someone else's. Facts. And it's not a problem; it's a privilege. Yeah. And I'm thankful to God that I'm able to even experience.
I think it's a blessing.
A small, a life like. And he's just so like happy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just to see his personality, not even be 3 months, he already smiling and bobbing his head.
I think it's just a blessing to bring new life into the world, you feel me? And to continue to, I'm Nigerian, you feel me? So I always think about just legacy. You feel me? My papa passed away too, and I always think like, okay, I gotta continue his legacy. So I would want my kid to continue the legacy I got going on. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, you have your son in the club. Who knows? Your son might have his son in the club one day, working it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So my son, he when I first met him, because I didn't know my son at birth, his mom introduced him to me when he was 11, going on 12, and first thing, I mean, I'm literally on the way to go drop off flyers somewhere, and I got him in the car, and I'm meeting my son for the first time, and I'm taking him shopping, going to get a whole wardrobe, and doing all this extra stuff, all the things that that I won't post on social media, because I'll post a picture or something like that, but going through those progressions of meeting a young man that's yours, and then bringing his little brother with him, because he didn't have no dad. And he's like, I want a dad too. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah. Come on, nigga, let's go. Yeah. We all rolling. Yeah. And
so now that's your kind of your son too.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what my father would have did. Yeah. So I had to, because he took over the track team. Yeah. Some of the kids on the team didn't have like that male mentorship at home. They just had a mom. And I see my dad spending more time with the kid over there at practice than me. Yeah. I'm proud. Like, nigga, that's my dad.
That's my dad. I'm gonna see him at home. It's good.
Yeah. And he's like, man, your dad helped me get all the way to masters this year. Yeah. He helped me. He made me stronger. Yeah. I'm just like, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Ain't nothing but that. Ain't no type of like, that's my daddy. Ain't no Roscoe Jenkins and shit going on. Yeah. It's like, nigga, that's Ron Johnson. That's the man right there. So, I'm seeing my son's little brother. I'm like, come on. Did some research into finding his dad. His dad didn't want nothing to do with the other family, with him. So it's like, don't even worry about that, son. Like, we all good. Your mama good, and if your other brothers and sisters need something, if I say no, understand I'm getting it. Yeah. Because if his mom reached out and she need help with other kids, it's like, if I say no, understand I'm saying no for a reason, but just understand I'm gonna earn it and I'm gonna go get it.
I'm gonna handle the business when I need to.
Yeah. So I respect because she brought me my son, and I thank God that she did, because my children make me a better man, like for real. And my dad always instilled values, work ethic, integrity. Like when I first met my son, we gave him a Bible. Like, this is what we do. Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving Earth. Yeah. Follow the guidelines. If you ever find your way lost, this will find you back. This will bring you back. And shoot, Now my son's schooling me. Dad, you remember you told me, man don't work, man don't eat. You ain't feeling good, get up.
Get your ass up.
Yeah,
man.
I'm like, okay,
yeah,
okay, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's dope, man. And I can't wait to experience that. Hopefully soon.
So being a grandfather is like, it's great. I can't wait till he's at least starts like crawling. So we're gonna start doing baby push-ups. You know, doing baby push-ups together. Yeah. And then we're gonna, you know, I'm already singing to him his ABCs and 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And getting them acclimated to that. Yeah. You know, and then learning other languages together.
That's nice. That's dope, man. That's dope. And I feel like that's super dope too because you met your son when he was 11, 12, so now you get able to help him raise his son at 0.
Well, actually, it's not his son. It's my.
It's your daughter.
It's my youngest daughter.
It's your daughter's kid.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Yeah, so, okay.
So that's it's a blessing, man. Yeah. So you know, to be able to have him at home with me too. Yeah. Because I have my baby at home with me, with us. Yeah. All together. So that's a blessing to be able to do that. You know, because some people ain't able. Yeah. They just can't, or they don't even want it. I don't mind. I don't mind the crying in the middle of the night. Well, actually, when you cry, you sleep through the night, man. You chill.
Yeah, that's something I ain't ready for, but I'm gonna be mentally once the time comes.
I mean, it's a blessing, man. It's a privilege to be a father and to raise a unit and to have like your fruit. Look at a tree. You plant a little seed. The seed starts to grow, and you have a little stem. Then the trunk gets bigger. Then it has branches, and the branches have leaves. And from the leaves, then you have fruit.
That part.
What type of fruit will you bear? And then once the fruit comes of age to come off, now it's ready. Now it has a seed, and you plant that seed. It's almost like us. We plant a seed, it grows. What are you gonna put in that seed? You know. Like
what you gonna do to water?
Like what type of content you gonna put in that?
The seed. You gonna give it.
I'm really I'm excited. I'm excited for just like
new chapter
expansion. You know, so it's good and teach the things that my father didn't teach me. Yeah, you know, there were certain things that like my son and I learned together. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, and I take pride in it. I don't look at my father like, oh, he didn't teach me this, but he taught me a lot. Yeah, fair. So there's certain things I keep out of the conversation, but other things that I
add to it. Yeah, as you should, man. I think that's beautiful. Congratulations
once
again.
Man. Thank you.
So now that we in the 2025s, man, we talked about the old school style of promoter, and we done talked about the women being married in there. I'm curious now, how was the transition for you being a promoter in this day and age? I'm talking about with social media, with now selling tables, now booking big artists, bigger venues. You know what I'm saying? Like, explain to us explain to like how the early days prepped you and got you ready for this, and then also kind of break down the transition into the new technology, social media, and everything else you had to add to your promotionals. Rebranded, like you said, Obama said you had to reinvent. You had to reinvent for social media. So, I mean, with this day and age, you know, so kind of break it down for us.
I don't want to be too long-winded.
Okay.
Because this is like stories.
Microwave. Make it a microwave.
That's combining of the stories.
Okay, let's microwave it.
But the most important thing was my prayer life. And praying and focus. And being, they call it now, locked in. Back then, you had 5,000 flyers every week. Yeah. 5,000 flyers only cost $150 to $200. Okay. Now they're about $400, $450, depending on where you get it and how fast you want it. Okay. I do a one-day turnaround now.
Because you're still busting flyers in 2025?
Absolutely. I have a box in the car right now. Okay. Actually, 2 boxes because I got 5,000 flyers. Okay. Back then, it was capable to pass out 5,000 flyers in 1 week. Now it takes me about 2 to 2.5 weeks to do 5,000. Why? Because I'm by myself. Yeah. I still move fast. I'm quick on my feet. Yeah. And I know where to go, where they'll be most effective, and people will be more responsive to it. Yeah. I know my demographics and where to go. Back then, it was just flyers. Yeah. Into my professional walk during the day. Before I was working at Verizon. I got that opportunity to work there by one of my other brothers I network with. You know, those 20 phone calls I make. Yeah. His name is Young Wayne. Okay. And we used to work at T-Mobile together years ago. I was one of the top reps in the nation back then. Okay. I sold so much. My last name was the sales report. We called it the Johnson report. And I was the top rep in the nation 5 years in a row. I got to travel. I did a lot of stuff over there. But fast forward, He helped me get into Verizon.
Okay.
If you worked at Verizon, type of people who we are, and the mindset, you will make over $100,000 a year.
Okay.
Over there, easy. I did my thing. I worked my way up. I got all the way up to to some pretty great positions.
Okay.
One of the positions, I was a social advocate before they was even believing in posting online.
Okay.
And doing like Instagrams or Facebooks.
Yeah.
I would also
social media marketing.
Right. I would hold classes for the elderly on how to use cell phones and how to use their social media, how to simple things. Sometimes they don't know how to put in a contact. You know, and I would be very patient with them and simplify the conversation. And I would, you know, do those things. And with me understanding how cell phones work and social media, of course, I was implementing it in my personal life with my business. Of course, that was MySpace already gone and went. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, and I started having my promotions for the cell phones up there. I was posting on there. That got me to the top ranks in the nation because of social media.
Right.
But I would also, but then I would also implement that at the club. Back then, Jazz Café. And of course, it was an older side and a new side.
Yeah.
And I would have like my mom would come with a date, live band. Other side, young cousins on the other side of the club side, rocking. Jamal JMP, D'Amico, Lynx, Big D, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Big D. Man,
man.
We're gonna talk about that in a second.
You know, we had the whole cook, the line cook, G, Benny, Curtis, Chef Kurt, rest in peace. A lot of brothers been passing. I'm like one of my group. Like, yes, absolutely. So I know it's important for me to keep my health together. We're gonna talk about that. But with the foot soldiers, the grind, because before we also had posters.
Yeah.
Some guys
posting them right on the freeway.
Right, but now you get fined in just about every city, and sometimes they'll fine you per poster. In certain areas. But there's a hack they call now. You have to go to the city. You have to get a permit for posters. Get a permit for posters. You put them up, and you have to go back and
take them down.
So that's like a little trick,
loophole,
whatever. Because you know when somebody's going for like mayor or city council, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And you can do the same.
Okay.
Shouts out to my wife for that information.
Okay.
But so that's what we used to do then. I'd stay away from posters because I want that headache.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a hazard, like jumping off the freeway exit and snipe, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Getting ran over possibly.
Right.
Yeah.
So with me being a social advocate, understanding the different social media sites, how to navigate through them, understanding the algorithms, what to post, what not to post, what hashtags, what time of the day, all those things, what colors that you use. You notice when you drive down the street, you all of a sudden get hungry?
Yeah.
Because most fast food places have the color yellow and red. Yeah. Those are impulse colors that make you want to buy right now. You get hungry. McDonald's, Sonic, Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, Wendy's, all of them, Denny's. All of them have the color yellow and red to make you like pull over and buy. So certain flyers that I have, they'll have those colors, yellow and red, impulse buy. So, you know.
What about the transition between not selling them to selling sections and bottles and VIPs and shit like that?
Okay. Now this is a law of averages and numbers. So I still believe in the party versus the bottles, because the bottles for the owners.
Okay.
Because when you have a club and you have a business, if you have just a bar, it costs the owners more money to have more employees to pour drinks faster, to get the drinks poured and get them out. Versus selling a bottle, you have less employees, you're selling more liquor.
Oh, well, you just spoke up, Lynx.
Oh, what up, dog?
He calling you.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, you can pick it up. Shit.
Yeah, we still ain't.
Yeah.
So you have, it's like a business decision, because with me working at these technology companies, one of my positions there is a business manager.
Yeah.
I was a business manager for the city of Ontario.
Okay.
So I have to know multiple verticals.
Yeah.
From not only just bars and nightclubs, but manufacturing, trucking, call centers, any business. I would have to, a dentist office, I would have to know how their business worked, from top to bottom, to future-proof their business to make them more effective. So when it comes to a bar, you can implement IoT IoT is Internet of Things. Anything connected to the internet, I would be proficient enough to know about it and how it makes a business better. And with the nightclub, having bottle service is better for the clubs because their overhead goes down. You can track your inventory better. Because back then, people would steal money at the bar because they're paying with cash. Instead of ringing it up, they'll throw it in the tip jar instead of ringing it out. Now you have a bottle. You have your inventory accounted for. You have a electronic tracking system,
right?
And you can literally save money.
So for you, it sounds like it was a little bit easier because you was already into tech.
Yeah.
And because social media is tech,
yes,
all you have to do is implement what you learned at your real job to your side hustle, and it aligned.
Everything is tech now.
Yeah.
So, but it takes away the experience. I mean, now because you have like less employees, now they can pay the bottle girls more to wear the outfits, bring out the sparklers.
Yeah.
They put on the show, they get tipped, and now that's the experience that people want. Because now, like today, I booked 3 tables for my next event, the day party. That's on the 16th of March. They're like, can I have the signs and the confetti and the sparklers? I want that because they want the experience. If you just had a regular club with no sections, you're not going to get that experience. So that's the experience that people are looking for. Because if they go to anywhere else, they're not going to have sparklers. They're going to have like a little glow stick. Moving it back and forth. So
it was just more about reinventing it and seeing what changed and altering with the change. So let me ask you this: how did you alter the change when it comes to working with different promoters and their style of promotion, being that it's different now? You know, like you said, everybody's a chief now, and everybody wants to be the boss now, and everybody wants to be the head promoter, and everybody wants all the likes and on Instagram, and they want to be able to put their name on the flyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you transition to that and then realize like, okay, maybe this ain't for me, and I'm gonna just start working dolo? You don't have to give experiences nor names, just kind of like break it down a little bit.
Well, you know what? I've always been involved with team sports.
Yeah.
I have brothers and one sister, a twin sister.
Okay.
So I've always had like team, like collaborations.
Yeah.
So with this business, it's always better to have more heads than one. So it's better to have more than two hands, more than just two hands. You know, that's the way how I prefer it. But some people don't see it that way. Some people not like my style, so they'll just do their thing somewhere else, which is no problem. I'll still support other people. People don't support me. I know how to make sure that an audience can enjoy themselves, whether it just be 20 people or 2,000 people. You know, so there are my brothers over there, Raquel's, Blam, Brandon Morgan, Lynx, Alan, and Mickey, called Blam, BLAM.
I know Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey.
Mascot?
Yeah, he's doing his birthday party this Friday.
Okay.
At Raquel's.
Yeah,
I'll be in the building. Yeah. So they all got together. They doing their thing over there.
Yeah, they do. Is it one Friday a month or something like that? Yeah, DJ the one last Friday. Yeah. Last month. That shit was cracking too.
Yeah. I was there at the block party.
Yeah. They actually said that was the first time people was dancing in the front. Yeah. For their nights, usually everybody be in the back with links and shit. So it was dope that I had the whole club was lit, front, top, bottom. You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
so I think that was awesome.
Friday, which is today's Thursday.
It's
tomorrow. It's tomorrow. I'm going. Yeah, I'm gonna be over there. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get cleaned up. Go get a fresh lineup, and I'm gonna go head up over there to Mickey's birthday. Happy birthday, Mickey!
Happy birthday, my nigga Mickey. Since I know I'm gonna try to stop in then.
And then Saturday, Big Double's having a birthday party at the Mix.
Double. Yep, I'll be at the bingo.
And I'll be hosting
there.
I'll be hosting at the Mix every weekend. I'm there.
Yeah.
And I hold it down and make sure the vibe is right. Make sure the music is controlled and people are having a good time. It's about people enjoying themselves, doing their sing-alongs and making everybody feel like they welcome.
Yeah.
Because
getting their money's worth.
Yeah. Man, I want people to smile and have a good time have an experience. So when they come back, they know they're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
you know
and one thing about you, I've noticed over the years, and I know you for a long time at this point, but you're gonna make sure when you get in the club, you're shaking everybody's hand, at least people that you know.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go out there, shake everybody, come to DJ booth, shake the DJ's hands. You feel me? Like even if I see you shaking hands with the promoters, like I've never heard nobody say nothing bad about you. You feel me? Even on bad nights, I've heard you still paying. I've been to good and bad nights with you. You still paying out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me as a DJ, I'm like, those are promoters I respect, because like there's been promoters who can't pay me, and I understand it because it's empty. But I'm doing my job. You feel what I'm saying? But then there's some promoters who like, this bitch can be empty. I'm still gonna pay you because this is what I pay for. And I literally talked to you about this at the last event. I'm like, to me, I look at you as somebody like a real estate agent when it comes to the promotion game, because you don't look at the pay for that day. You know what I'm saying? Real estate agent, or not even a real estate agent, person who deals with real estate, they looking at it's a long investment. You get what I'm saying? They're not looking at the quick flip. You know, some are, but most are trying to fix it up. You know what I'm saying? Either rent out, but it's a longer investment, and that's how I look at it with you. It's that's
what my OG, one of my OGs told me, man. DJ Maestro, he was like, RJ, we can make $8,000 a night, but don't do that because you ain't gonna be here next week.
Yeah,
keep it cool. Don't press on the throttle, and just get your $1,000 every week, and that way you'll make $1,000 for the next 5 years.
Yeah,
every weekend, or you make $8,000 one time, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
And when he put it down like that, I'm listening. Like, nigga, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do that.
Even when you said it to me, I'm like, damn, that's smart. You feel me? And that's why I kind of like, I don't get into promoting. I'm like, as a DJ, long term, I can make more as a DJ.
Right.
Because you're gonna be booking me.
Right.
As a promoter, I don't know.
Like at the mix, the mix is a big spot.
Yeah.
And if you only have 100 people in there, people are like, man, it's whack.
Yeah.
But if you put 100 people at another venue,
it looks packed up.
Oh man, everybody's like, like sardines. They call that a SRO, standing room only, or nuts to butts. Yeah. You know, nigga, get off my ass. It's too packed. Yeah. Man, it was cracking. Everybody was there. Yeah. Because the place only hold, people, but if you can put in like 300, 400 people in one spot, then, man, it's cracking. Oh yeah, shouts out to, all the other promoters out there.
Yeah, shout out to all the promoters, especially the IE ones that, support
me. Yeah, man, all these years, man.
You feel me?
It's a grind.
The ones that's here and those ones that aren't here. You know what I'm saying? And I want to kind of talk about that really briefly before we...
Oh, you know what? But the most important, though, on that whole chain, security and your door personnel. Yeah. My man, Big Joe, he used to be at the Jazz Cafe with me. He, right before the pandemic, he had a car accident. A big packaging company hit him, and he fell into a coma. He died 2 times on the table. And
I think I know, bro.
Yeah, and he that was like right before the pandemic. He woke up in the pandemic, and the hospitals locked down. Couldn't nobody see him. Had to learn how to walk again.
Oh wow.
Everything. And once I got the contract at the mix, I called him. I could hear in his voice. He said, "Come up here to the club and work." Yeah. He said,
"I think he'd be working the door for you sometimes, right?" Yeah.
He said, "I can't do nothing." I said, "Yes, you are. You're gonna sit there and just say hi to everybody as they walk in." And I paid him for it. Yeah. Just to help him get back on track. Yeah. And until he can go ahead and do his thing, man. And because a lot of times, to me, money's not real, dog. Yeah. People are. Yeah. When you find a good person, you keep their ass there, and you coach them, because he's one of my biggest, one of my biggest people that give me that wisdom still to this day, and
yeah,
make
sure I'm
on point. Yeah. I know one day, or there was like a stream of like months, he noticed something about me, and he pulled my coattail, and those are the type of people you need in your corner, and he said, "Hey, nigga, what's wrong with you?"
Yeah, tighten up.
Yeah, like
lock in.
Yeah, and if there was somebody on the other side looking, nigga, why was he talking to you like that? Yeah. Sometimes we need that. Yeah. Sometimes, and to me, I'm thinking everything is fine, because some people might not think like, this nigga don't want me talking to him like that, but he gave me that stern look in my face and told me like, "Hey,
get your shit together.
Get your shit together. What's wrong with you?" Yeah. Like, you're doing this, you're doing that, and you're flyer this, and you're not posting it. Blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like no tough guy shit.
Yeah.
It was on some man shit.
Yeah.
And you know, and those are the type of people you need in your corner.
Right.
Because some people ain't gonna tell you.
Shout out to Big Joe, man.
Yeah,
I
Big
see
Joe,
that,
man.
dude. I remember it wasn't even recent, maybe a year ago. Cause you know I got a lot of cars and shit. He was like, man, I seen some shit. I seen a nigga in the car. He was racing. He crashed, man. The first person I thought about was you, Muda. You like, you got to be careful in the race cars you got. I'm like, bro, I already know, bro. But I appreciate that.
Right.
You feel me? Because I didn't even know we had a relationship to where you even thinking about me when you don't see me. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to bro. But what I did want to touch on is this. I've heard this. A wise person recently tell me like the scariest thing about getting older is the older you get, the more people you see pass. Right?
Okay.
So, unfortunately, we've seen, I know you probably seen more, but we've seen a lot of people in this game, in the nightlife, at least.
Jamal, JP, Big D,
you know,
Chef Curtis, Bill Proctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, how is just dealing with that? Because like for me, I'll give you an example. For me, I'm a DJ. Like, there hasn't been too many of my peers that passed away, so I don't even know how that feels yet. Of course, I had family that died. You know, people from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But like my peers in the career that I'm in, I haven't. You know what I'm saying? That once that starts to happen, that's gonna really start to show my age. Like, damn, niggas getting older. So for you, how does that? You know what I'm saying? To all the people you just named, rest in peace to all those guys. How does that make you? Because I know a lot of those people you have really close relationships with. Like, so like how do you like deal with that and still kind of like continue doing what you're doing in the game that y'all were all in together?
Life is a journey of lessons.
Yeah.
Jamal JP was younger than me, but he was like a big brother.
Okay.
Because he was wise before his age, before his time. Go hard or go home was his motto. I was out the other night at Mary J. Blige concert at the old San Manuel in Yamava, and I'm out there passing out flyers, and the entire time that brother was with me in spirit, and I'm so cheerful. I was cheerful. I was excited, energetic, lovable, being the biggest magnet I could be to get all the positive energy, because in spirit he was with me, and
he felt it with you,
and that's what we did. I had my backpack on. I was dressed up but down. I was getting a lot of compliments on my attire. I was, you know, polite. Even Royal and her mom, Miss Sherry, Dave. You know, Dave Diggs. His sister and mother saw me out there passing out flyers. They both from the P town. They from, and they saw me pass.
He got 6P.
And they see me passing out flyers. And it was like, oh, that's RJ.
Yeah.
Hey, cuz, give me some flyers. Mom, like banging, like, hey, give me some flyers. I'm gonna help you pass these out. You know, you put on for Pomona when Sugar Free was there. I'll see you. I'll see you, young nephew. And grab some flyers and start helping me pass out flyers. And that's nothing but Jamal, like spirit. You know what I'm saying? People don't recognize. I mean, if they do, they do. I love you guys, but there's a lot more passion behind what I do. And I love bringing people together. So it's like the memories with that. I mean, because back in the day, we used to do college runs. When we was running Club Sevilla. And
rest in peace of Sevillas.
And we would go to the college dorms, put flyers on every single clip. And I ran track. And I've always been athletic. I move fast. I got fast feet, fast hands. And I'm out there just, we putting out a gang of flyers. And his little sisters, Jasmine, Danielle, and shit. We had a whole crew. Kiosha, she in Vegas right now. The modeling crew she got out there in Vegas. Shouts out to you, love. Get to see you still doing your thing, because I mean people are branched out into their own thing. She in Vegas right now. She got like Moms of Vegas going on. Sophisticated women like popping out, doing little outings and events.
That's fire.
Like I called her the other day, she had 4 events. But like, you know, that part was like really good. Then with Big D, be able to command a crowd and have that monstrous voice. I will never be able to replace that.
For sure.
But I've learned a lot from him. And
these are staples, i.e. staples.
And the brotherhood that he came from. Because people don't know he's from Sexy Five Dogs. Those from West Covina. You know what I'm saying? And he migrated to IE. You know, that was SGV, where my church was. So a lot of his brothers I went to church with. But they were older. You know, Big D was older than me. You know what I'm saying? So You know, shouts out to him and like Bill Proctor. He used to have the Jazz Cafe before Jamal and I got there.
Okay.
In order to get there, you cannot have on any jeans or tennis shoes. Like that was their rule.
Yeah.
No jeans and tennis shoes.
Yeah.
And that lets you know, no youngsters allowed.
Yeah.
If you were under 30, you couldn't get in. And it was packed every week, 600 people, Friday and Saturday.
I DJed at the Jazz Cafe one time only.
And until they started to fall off on their Fridays, older people stopped going out.
Yeah.
And that's when Benny, because Bill and Benny, of course, promoters, they do have their fallouts.
Yeah, for sure.
Bill and Benny, they split.
Yeah.
And Benny gave me a call. Hey, young blood, I need you to come in here and put some of that young soul up in here. You think you could do that? I said, let me call Jamal and consult with him.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna consult him without my business partner.
All right.
And I said, Jamal, what you think about going to the Jazz Cafe every Friday? He said, nigga, let's run it. And that's when we started Chocolate Fridays at the Jazz Cafe, man. And we put a smash down for 30 days.
Yeah.
For 30 days, and ever since, for like 6.5 years.
Shout
But then it's
rest
like,
in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. I miss you, brother.
So I know with all of them passing, a lot of them brothers, man, I feel like to me, passed before their time. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, you know what I'm saying. So how do you feel? And we could end it on this. How do you feel just about black men and just taking care of ourselves?
Well, without your health, you can't do anything.
Right.
I'm not going to announce it right now, but, you know, I've been going to the doctor a lot.
Yeah.
And they were saying some things to me that was life-changing for me. So when it comes to, like, promoting health, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm at the gym. Ever since I got the news, I'm in the gym if not every day, every other day.
Health is wealth, man.
Making sure I put the right things in my body.
Yeah.
If it's white, it ain't right. Anything that's the color white, I don't need it. Milk, bread, pasta, potatoes. If it's white, it ain't right. It's not meant for us. Milk, dairy, not good for us because it's breast milk from another
animal. I don't drink milk. I don't drink baby cow's milk.
Yeah, I don't do that. We're humans.
Yeah.
You know? You never seen a rhinoceros drinking monkey milk.
Right.
Why would we?
Right.
Seedless fruits.
Yeah.
If you cut a watermelon and it's seedless and you open it up, ants and bees and flies don't even go to it. Yeah. Why are we being fed this?
Yeah.
It's not real. Yeah. So we need to eat the seeds.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm on, if it grows, it's in my last night I made a vegetable soup.
Yeah.
And I only eat turkey, chicken, and fish.
Okay.
So last night I made a soup with squash. All the colors were yellow and green. Celery, carrots, two different types of cabbages.
Okay.
What else ingredients I have? I had a jalapeno pepper, and just a little bit of meat. And then of course I got seared the meat, whatever.
Yeah.
And for the turkey, because it's almost like a meatball, but instead I use like a sausage.
Okay.
That's the only thing that was packaged. I try not to stay, if it's a package food,
anything processed,
like processed, I try to stay away from it because I was like rushing with time.
Yeah.
I just make that, but last time I made like like quote unquote meatball vegetable soup, and I had that with the bone broth. It's pretty easy, easy to make, really good. Filled up the whole family. Everybody loved it and go to sleep really cool. And not like you're full. Yeah. I mean, you're full, but you're not full with a bunch of junk. Yeah. And your skin can still be like pure, fresh, and clear. No acne. Yeah. No inflammation. Yeah. You're not breathe well. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to put the right stuff in your body.
Man, you gotta treat your car. Treat your body like you would treat a foreign car. You put 91 gas in it, you can only put 91 gas in yourself.
And drink a lot of water.
Drink a lot of water.
So, on that note, the last thing I want to leave.
Yes.
I was in Vegas for Monday Night Football. My brother DK, he's Polo affiliate, and brother Verb, he's in Vegas. He works. He's a analyst, sports analyst out there in Vegas who was out there Monday Night Football for the Raiders. Okay. And we ran into an elderly couple in the casino. Okay. Was headed to dinner, and I always like to stop and talk to older people and get some wisdom. My question is, what's the secret to life? And the reason why I stopped them because it was a beautiful older couple. Yeah. I said, "Oh my God, you guys are so beautiful." Yeah. May I ask you a question? I'm so sorry. I know time is of the essence because they looked really seasoned. Yeah. I said, "Sir, what's the secret to life? His wife said, first ask him how old he is. I said, sir, how old are you? He said he was 102 years old.
Wow.
He said, and I said, you know, what's the secret to life? He said, you know what? I'm going to answer that question for you because you asked me. And not only because of that, I asked my grandfather the same question, and he died at the year of 101 years old.
Okay.
That means he was alive in the 1800s. We're in the years 2000s.
Right.
He was born in 1800s.
Right.
He said, this is my grandfather told me then. I'm going to tell you now, son. Older white man. Beautiful couple, man. He said, drink a lot of water, think happy thoughts, and work really hard. And that was back in the 1800s. So as long as you do that and stay consistent every day, you can possibly live to my age. And
that's deep.
And I was like, so I live by it. Drink a lot of water. If you see me in the club,
drinking water.
I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
If you ask me how I'm doing, I'm better than amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain because I'd rather have my problems than someone else's. I got problems. I can name a list of them to you.
Yeah, we all do.
But what good is that going to do?
It ain't gonna.
Now let's go ahead and fix it.
That
work on being better and work really hard.
I look at it like this. I'll take my problems and somebody else's problems any day. Any day. You know, I travel to Africa a lot. You know, I'm from the Dino. I see what people go through. I would keep my problems all day. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I on that note, I'm just really pleasured to have you sit on this couch, man.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate
you know what I'm saying?
Inviting me, man.
You won promoter in 2020, the end of 2024. I think it was well deserved. I mean, you've been doing it for a long. You probably should have been getting it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that was just something to show you, like, oh yeah, you really been putting in work, and people see. Even if you don't think people noticing, people noticing what you got going on. You feel me? And like I said, when we set this up, I'm like, I just want to sit down and talk to you because people don't really highlight the promoters and the people that's creating the nightlife for that. You know, people get to enjoy it on a weekly basis.
You know what? I want to give a shout out to them that actually presented the award. All Smiles Foundation with the trees. I'm so sorry. I can't remember.
Toy, I think.
Toy, yeah, Toy and her husband. Man, they're great people. Man, I really do appreciate the award. I wasn't able to go that day and accept the award. That's the day baby Daniel was being born. Okay. And I would have loved to have been there to accept the award, but my grandbaby was there.
Yeah, so, for sure.
You know, but I want to say thank you guys, and really when it comes to like being promoter of the year, thank you. But it's really about hard work. Consistency, dedication, building relationships, and being a man of your word. Say you're gonna do something, do it. If you're gonna show up, show up. Yeah, be there, but not only just be there, but be there with love and compassion, and be able to, like, you know, be a servant. God said be a servant, so I'm always serving. Sometimes I'll show up to a promoter's event. I don't want to party. I want to help you do something because I'm gonna be a servant because that's what God told me to do. So I'm gonna serve, and I'm gonna give my best. I'm gonna give my all. And know that people can be loved through a hard time because people, some of the like hardest OGs will come to the club. RJ, good to see you. Just break down crying. Because it's not because they're happy to see me, because they're going through something. And you're just there to catch them. You know what I mean? And then also there's times I'm in the club. I'm gonna see like my people's kids are in the club. And I'm Uncle RJ. If your wife is there, I'm gonna make sure that she's good. I'm cousin RJ. If your man called me and he says, "Nigga, I'm going outside. My woman tripping." Guess what, dog? I'm gonna need you to stay home and get that right first before you come out. So you ain't breaking up no happy home because it's hard out here, player. You know, these women will be it's a bill. There'll be a bill. It's a they're a liability once it gets to that point.
100%.
So you know, I'm appreciative for like the accolade, and I know I've been like. Not just the promoter of the year, but the promoter of the century because of my legacy, my hard work, my dedication, and what I'll also lend to other people, and just give and be about the best servant that I can be.
I think if we had, like you said about Pookie, I think if we had 10 RJ promoters out here, the club life would be a better place.
Man, I mean,
club world will be a better
there's so
place.
many different improvements of having like your own spot, like my own spot, and different things that I would see that I would do and implement to have like the full control. I would change so much to make it.
I think that should be the goal, man. I think before you retire and hang your jersey up as a promoter, I think you need to have your own spot. And because even if you hang up your jersey, you still got your location. Like even if you handed it out to other promoters to promote at my place, I think that's what's gonna solidify. And of course, this is just Muda speaking, manifesting. But I think to solidify your legacy in this promotion game would be like, even if you only had a place for a year or two, like, but it's yours. Like, you feel me? Like RJ's. Even if I don't know, Bottle Gang is promoting it for the week, it's still RJ's location. Like how we were just speaking on Boss Lady. Like Boss Lady's a dope person who runs a dope club. That's her club.
No, man, shouts out to Bottle Gang, man.
Oh yeah,
hey, Bottle Gang. Hey, guess what? Bottle Gang, he's actually a promoter of the year, to be honest with you.
He's an entrepreneur.
Because he does it all. He don't learn how to DJ. He makes flyers.
Stop taking my business, my nigga. I'm fucking with you.
I mean, shit, that's what it's about, man. I mean, you know, those are like, it's not about the next up and coming. He's already here. He's doing this shit. Man, I applaud you, brother.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga, for sure.
Him, Multi-Mills.
Yeah, Multi-Mills. We got A-Rod,
Zonte.
We got Zonte, we got D Hayes, we got Executive Wig.
Yeah, man, Wig. That's another P-Town rep, you know what I'm saying?
Wig for sure.
Everybody's doing well, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of...
And you know what? More than that, respectful.
Yeah.
You know? Brothers is respectful. They pick up the phone, have conversations.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I'm from the old school.
Yeah.
I'm not a text message type of guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up the phone. I'm gonna call you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna show you respect.
It'd be nice to have one event where it's all the promoters. Everybody put their whatever differences, if there are differences, to the side. All the DJs in the IE, all the promoters in the IE. And
that's one thing that I want to say.
I think you could do that.
So
let's end it on that. Let's end it.
White people can hate each other but still do business and make millions. Why can't we? Let's just do it. There are no differences. I think it's just about location, timing, and proper planning. Yeah. Proper planning can get us so far, and really implementations. You know, the right spot, right venue, and really get some bread, because everybody's splitting up all the crowds on one night, and everybody only doing 175 to 200 people. We put them all under one building and do 600. 1,000?
2025, let's manifest it,
2,000 people?
Summer 2025, let's have an all promoter, all DJ event.
10,000?
I'm with being part of it.
Because guess what? We're in the IE, right? And the IE was just shouted out to the world just recently. To the world. By who?
Kendrick.
Absolutely. And
he shout out to Dino too.
Absolutely.
So you know I gotta go. You know that's my hometown. So I gotta go.
So that's important. That's important. You know, you got Big Double, you got Jelani. Man, all these brothers out here just doing some fabulous work.
For sure.
Ambition.
For sure.
Kobe Cordell.
Yeah. Come on, man. The whole Black Cup.
Yeah, come on, man.
Shout out to Drea's doing her thing. So it's a lot of gems in the IE, and we're finally getting that light that I've been begging the universe for years. And we're finally getting it. And I just hope that now that we have the light, everybody that's in the position they're in, they make the proper moves. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because we all work hard. We like to play. We play hard.
Yeah.
Put our minds together. Put it on paper. Put it on contract. Make NDA.
Yeah.
And implement. You know, because what's the point of having a meeting to have another meeting? Yeah. To have another meeting? No.
Just have one meeting and then put it together. That's it.
And also shouts out to all the men that have women. Shouts out to those women that support the men for us to allow us to do this.
Yeah, man.
Shouts out to you ladies that really stand behind us and cheer us on, because that's important. Because a healthy, peaceful mindset makes a very fruitful life.
Yes, and on that note, I'm going to say also, I want to see more females in the promoter game.
Yes.
Moving forward.
And female DJs too.
There's a lot of female DJs now. I would say that.
Lady P.
You feel me? It's a lot of DJs that are doing it. Female DJs that are doing that thing, and I'm gonna start highlighting more of them on the Ox Connect for sure. But what I want to see is definitely more promoters. Female promoters.
Man, shouts out to Ox Connect too, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You guys are doing some fabulous work. I see all you guys' content online.
Thank you, brother.
Oh man, I'm proud.
Thank you. I am pleasure and honored to have you sitting on my couch, man.
Yes,
and you coming to the building Looking forward to all the things you got going on for the year and next year. You know,
yeah. Next weekend, I have a day party. Okay. First one in the springtime called Spring Bounce Day Party. Okay. Food brought to you by Flavor Station. Okay. Right now, pre-sale tickets only $20 for food and admission. Best price in town. Give them your ad so they can find you. RJ Polo Man, one word. So it's RJ Polo Man on IG. On IG. Yes. And I appreciate you guys. You already know it's all love. It's your boy DJ Muda. This is the Connected Podcast where we connect you with all the hottest stuff in the culture. My dog RJ POLO Entertainment in the building. I appreciate you coming through and vibing with me, man. No doubt. First of many, and good luck with all the endeavors you have for the rest of the year, brother. Yes, sir. Thanks, sir. All love, King. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and like, subscribe, and send this video to 3 people that you think might enjoy the content. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all be cool. All right. Yes, sir. That was good. Phone just died.